Hello, hello. Sir David the Bard coming out of Kangaroo City in Australia. It's our winter time here. Our kangaroos are wearing snowsuits. So, if you see a hopping snowsuit, you know it's a kangaroo, damn. You know it's a kangaroo. Listen, I want to do a video. These are some of the hardest videos that I do because they're dealing with tragedy. Okay, but see, the Mormon Church won't face tragedy. They tell you your kids are going to be safe on a mission, that the Jesus Lord is going to protect them. Elohim is rewarding them for doing a mission for the Mormon Church, bringing in more tithe payers. I have a granddaughter. I don't know how old she is. A beautiful girl that just went on a mission to Guatemala. Her mom, which is my daughter, I didn't tell the story to, and I can use her first name, Nicole. Ooh, Nicole Monique. Is that a beautiful name I gave that girl 35 or 40 years ago? Beautiful name. I told, or didn't tell Nicole about the two Guatemalan missionaries that were kidnapped. And they escaped only when they began reading the Book of Mormon to their captors. The captors went to sleep, and the girls ran out, and they weren't raped, and their garments protected them. Well, now my little granddaughter is down in that remote, screwed up jungle, thinking Jesus sent her. Well, all right. Now, isn't it a coincidence that I just am going to give to you right now an article on a Mormon missionary that was killed in Guatemala mission? Now, that's not funny. There's nothing funny about it. That's tragic. 20-year-old young man. His father is very prominent in Salt Lake City. He's I don't know if he's an assassin. He's a sharpshooter. What are you? A sniper. He's a sniper, and he guards the governor of the state, something like that. So it's an honorable family. They're from Tonga, and there's many Tongans in the United States, especially in Utah. Now again, my condolences, sincere condolences, out to the family that to have a son tragically killed is how do I say it? Unspeakable. I mean, if one of my girls died right now, I'd die. I know I would. There's no doubt in my mind I would die. So I can't say enough for the family that has suffered this loss. So please accept the Bard's condolences sincerely. And now I'm going to do my show. What the hell was the Mormon Church doing, sending this 20-year-old down into a third world country with very little knowledge of the language and the customs and the terrorists that are in that country? The Mormon Church thought it was better to get 4 or 5 tithe payers that pay 20 pesos a year, which is 16 cents, to their multi-million-dollar corporation. Now, you think I'm lying. Well, you Mormons always think I'm lying. It's called projection. Okay, let me bring the poor article up here. All right, this is coming out of the Desert News. Oh, that's the church's owned newspaper, and it's dated, come on, we're always looking for the dates here, June 25th at 4 p.m. And it's by Val Shrekamaka, I guess is her name, or his name, okay? And it's Val's View. Tufa family shows faith in wake of LDS missionary's death. Now, this is such bullshit. Would the Mormon Church ever publish the death of a missionary where the family says, screw this, we're out of this cult, we hate the cult, get away from us? course not. They strengthen each other. And he had a mission somewhere else. It wasn't Guatemala. We don't know where he is now, but it wasn't Guatemala. But the Lord takes those who, he has missions for on the other side. Well, hell, can't he wait 65 or 70 years and let the person come to do the, or is this an immediate mission that the Lord has to have fulfilled? Well, anyway, now, again, this is my show, okay? This is the Bard's opinion. This young man was down in Guatemala, and here's his article in his Desert News BS article by the Mormon Church. Now here let me read you part of this article. Read the article. A summary. Elder Tufa lost his life at age 20 in a foreign country where he voluntarily went to serve on a roof he was trying to fix so he and his fellow missionaries might have some relief from the elements. What does that mean? Let me tell you what it means. They're living in a third world country with no electricity, probably. No, I take that back, because let me tell you the rest of the article. They had electricity in this village, but the roof was leaking so bad that the Mormon missionaries couldn't even sleep. So this nice man, elder, decided to go up onto the roof. And he had some cardboard, which is the main building product in third world countries. And he was trying to cover the hole so they could all sleep in the building. So this is how the Mormon Church treats its missionaries. Don't think that they're in some air-conditioned beach condo. He's in the middle of a damn jungle with no services, basically, and the roof leaking, and I'm sure every disease in the world. Now here is the sad and the funny part, because on the Bard, it's the funny part. That little paragraph I just read you sounded like, it was a sad, sad situation that he's on a roof he was trying to fix so he and his fellow missionaries might have some relief from the elements. It was raining, monsoon rain, and there hardly was a roof on the building. The missionaries are in there just freezing their butts off. Well, this kid goes up, and, this is what happens with 18 and 19-year-old kids going out into third world countries. But the Mormon Church won't take responsibility. You sign all the waivers that if your kid's killed, you don't blame Jesus and the Mormon Church. So he's up there trying to put down bamboo, banana leaves, and whatever, trying to cover the hole. Well, the building was built so poorly, and I've been there, I've been in the Philippines, I know, you can't climb up on the roof of a house in the Philippines. You're going to fall through. Well, here this poor guy was, inexperienced, trying to do the right thing, but damn, he shouldn't have been where he was. So he starts to fall through the roof, and he reaches up to grab something to keep himself from being seriously injured, and he grabbed a live electrical wire. It fried him. It fried him. Killed him right on the spot. So he's dangling in his hut with all these other missionaries, and it looks like he just stepped out of the electric chair. Sad situation, but damn, why won't the Mormon Church take some responsibility and quit sending these inexperienced, unknowledgeable children into third world countries and not tell them that Joseph Smith was a pedophile? This is so sad. So sad. Now, take this and put it where the sun shines. Did his garments protect him? Was he hanging up there naked? Or did he go up in a suit and a tie and a little badge on, and his garments underneath, and the Lord called him to the other side with electricity? This is a young, innocent kid. He hasn't done anything. In the Mormon Church, maybe he was masturbating. Now, that could cause you death, according to Boyd K. Packer. in the Mormon church. Not only will your weenie fall off, but you could be hanging from a live wire. Well, a lot of people are going to make comments that I'm insensitive, I'm this, I'm that. And it's true, I am. So what? The truth is, the Mormon church sent this 20-year-old boy into a jungle with not enough housing and not enough support, and he tried to fix something by being a roofer himself, which an 18 or 19-year-old boy is likely to do, falls through the ceiling, grabs a live wire in the house coming through the ceiling, and is electrocuted. What else can you say? What else can you say? So we've got a great big, long, huge story of how the family prayed, and the bishop and the stake president came over, and the family said, well, you know, we know the Lord wants him, and we'll be with him in the eternities. They go on and on and on, just like most Mormons do. So anyway, let me close with this. I'm sorry this young man died in a jungle and didn't need to. He didn't need to. He was following a cult. A lot of cult members do get killed. And the ones that get killed and the parents are pissed, the Mormon church never shows that. It's always the faithful ones. I wish I had more children that would die for the Lord. What the hell is wrong with parents? And what's wrong with a cult that sends now 18-year-old kids on missions in foreign countries? Well, let me tell you something. I was 58 when I was in the Philippines 10 years ago. Getting through airports and customs and passports and then walking onto foreign territory in the Philippines is primitive, but it's not Guatemala. I had trouble adjusting to the language, to the airlines, looking at the numbers and trying to get airlines to the right island, and ground transportation. When I got there, the food was shit. I had diarrhea for, you know, the rest of my 10 years. I think I still have diarrhea from the Philippines. Sending these young children, girls, and I know places here in Australia and in Utah that I wouldn't let an 18-year-old girl walk around. Guatemala is not one of the places I would let my 18-year-old daughter walk around. Now here's a cult church that, oh, modesty and safety and wear your garments and whatever. You wouldn't send an 18-year-old girl downtown Salt Lake City 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, after dark. Nobody would. Except the Mormon church. Except the Mormon church. Because they don't really care. What they care about are those foreigners donating money to the mall in Salt Lake, and to all of us white people here who benefit from that all of you brown and black skinned people are sending us your money. And we live like kings and you live like paupers. That's the Monson motto. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And they're poor because of those damn dark skins. If they lived the gospel like the Book of Mormon says, the brown and black skins would turn to white. You know what? I have 3 Filipinos, 1 wife, and 2 children. They're not turning white, folks. I love that. I love girls with black hair and black eyes and dark skin. That's just my personal preference. And when I see Allison or Abigail starting to turn white, I start to slap them. It's like, don't read the Book of Mormon. Don't go to church. What a bunch of shit. They're going to turn white. I woke up, when I get done with this video, I'm going to go downstairs in the girls' bedroom and check on them and see if they turned white. And if they haven't, I know there's something wrong with the children. They're not living God's commandments. They have a barred father, and they're being punished along with billions of other dark-skinned people who inherit this planet. So, I'm sorry that this young man died. I'm sorry he was foolish and grabbed an electrical wire. Now, let me tell you something about electricity. in third world countries. It's not the same as the United States. Most third world countries run 240 volts of electricity through their wires, not 110. Okay, you can't even use an American appliance in a foreign country because you plug it in, it lights on fire. There are so many volts coming through, and they don't have generally wire coverings over their wires like we do in the United States. Now and then you'll see a tree fall, break a wire, and the wire will hop around, but it has rubber over it. You can grab that wire in other places and it's not going to hurt you. Well, when I was in the Philippines, we had one light cord into the house, and it must have come out of 1930s or 40s, and it had the little round switch on it, which I hardly dared touch. I just walked around it, and it flopped down through the house, and it had been there for years and years, and it did have a breaker on it. It had a fuse on it. It looked like a stick of dynamite. The fuse was like 9 inches and 3 inches, and it was like 2. Like, that's going to save your life when you grab a 220 wire in the Philippines. It ain't. All that does is hopefully stop the electricity while the house is burning to the ground. So anyway, I'm not sending my 18-year-old ever into a foreign company unescorted and innocent of the culture and the problems that where they're gonna get rained on, electrocuted, starved to death, and every damn disease known to man, and probably every terrorist and criminal is going to want a piece of that missionary. So, end of the story. Want to send your kids to Guatemala? They can join my granddaughter. I hope to God that she stays away from electrical wires and all the people down there. Maybe she could get on the new church program, the internet, and internet to all the people in into the Guatemalan population to convert them. I think that's a good idea. Except I don't think there's enough electricity, and I don't think anyone has a home computer. Monson, drive it into the ground like you did beneficial life insurance. Be stupid. I love it. I love it. If Jesus is visiting you every day, he must come through the veil and sit down in the Salt Lake Temple and say, Thomas, you're an ass. You're a total ass. You can't run an insurance company. You can't run penises at BYU with electrodes on it. You can't change gay people. And now you're sending 18-year-olds in to hang from electrical wires in Guatemala. You got your head up your ass. My name is off of this church. Call it the Church of Thomas Monson of Latter-day Saints. Get my name off of this shit.